Hey, Michael. Yay. I think we lost our host. We lost our co-host, Michael. How is everybody doing out there? He should be back. Welcome to Talk on Tuesdays. Oh, wow. I'm so happy to see everybody. Wow. Yeah. So Michael's waving. He'll be there. Oh, that's always fun to sneeze. Well, that's new. I mean, that's new. Doing a sneeze
Sneezing is
situation.
new.
Sneezing is new.
Uh-oh.
That's me being
Uh-oh.
no. That's me being very nervous. I don't know why I'm nervous.
But you should be fine, right?
I should be. I should be fine. I mean, it should be an easy situation. I'm thinking. But hey, everyone, welcome. It's our year in review or our last episode before the holiday season gets going. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? You
Whoa.
know what I'm saying?
Woo!
Um,
Yes. So it is it's that fun day. It's 12/21. So it's 1221,
oh,
right?
I know. That's a very unique date
It is a
situation. How
unique
that
situation.
I know. Okay, let's say hello. See who's in the chat. Hey,
Yes,
Augustine.
we are here.
Yes, yes.
Speaking
Oh,
of people that had a good year, that's one of the gentlemen that had a good year, right?
yeah, very much so. And then, of course, thank you so much, Kevin, our moderator. Thank you so very much. Oh my goodness, I'm so happy to see you all. Now, before we get going, let me do my little commercial thing and pay some bills. This episode of Talk on Tuesday is brought to you by NBN, African American Historical News Journal. Give the gift of knowledge this holiday season as the drive for five starts now. I got my five, and I invite you to get your five. Go to nbnconnect.com and type in interludes as the referral. And Kevin will go ahead and put that in the chat. Oh my goodness, Ferdy. Hey, what's up? It's good to see you.
30.
Yes, my goodness. That is so cool. So, Michael, with this
All the
unique date,
people.
we are literally about less than 72 hours away from the big day.
The big day. The big day being
Saturday.
the Kwanzaa Eve. Kwanzaa Eve, is that the big day?
I
The
will
day
bet.
before Kwanzaa begins, the 25th, and then starts
Mhm.
on the 26th and it runs all the way through.
Exactly.
So happy early Kwanzaa. I hope y'all getting your candles ready and gifts. You gotta have all them candles. They gotta be different colors and such. So that's an important, wonderful thing.
I know. Go
But yeah,
ahead. Go ahead, please.
then there's
Please.
Christmas.
Oh,
There's Christmas too. Yeah, that's
and
kind
this
of important. Right there.
Christmas, I got my
Well,
fun cider. I got my fun
got your
cider.
side. All right, okay. And you listen to your Donny Hathaway, right?
And this Christmas
That's
will
right.
be.
Now, come on. Can I ask this? Because we among family and friends, right?
Yes, we are. Yeah,
Okay.
they're in the
So
chat.
here's the deal. Here's my question. The question I've been wondering about. Everybody has pretty much, by everybody I mean mainstream society. By that I mean white people have kind of like christened or crowned Mariah Carey as like the new queen of Christmas, and supposedly like her song is the sign that it's Christmas time when they start hearing her song, which I will leave unmentioned. But that one Mariah Carey song. Now here's my question for you, Al.
Okay.
Has it changed? Because when I was growing up, I love, Run DMC, and they were my boys, and they
Mhm.
came up, and that was hip hop, and that was my sound and everything. However, I knew that it was really Christmas. That was really Christmas coming up. The one sonic audible signal to me that Christmas was coming up was hearing Donny Hathaway. When I
Right.
heard Donny Hathaway's voice, I knew, oh, for real, it's Christmas. Uh-oh, I better get it together. Like, I better look at my list and check it twice. I better see, can I actually get everybody gifts? Because some people we might have to lose, in this next month and a half, because then everybody ain't getting gifts. So I would have to, like, check in. I
So
love Christmas and Holidays. That's my song. Now, I played
mhm.
that.
Yeah,
But
Kevin.
however, whenever, if I was out, if I was in a car, if I was somewhere, and this Christmas came on, and I mean the Donny Hathaway. I'm not talking about that Chris Brown nonsense. When I heard the Donny Hathaway version come on, I knew it was Christmas. That, like, told me it was Christmas, and I felt the spirit coming on. I wanted to find lights, and trees, and wrapping paper, and just, everything. What about you? What how do you know it's Christmas? What signals come across, Val, to let you know that, yeah, it's Christmas. It's
Yeah,
really
well, you know
Christmas.
what? I will definitely will ask the folks in the chat if you have a favorite song, like Kevin just mentioned, the Run DMC Christmas and Hollis.
Love it.
And hey, well, thank you for joining us, Mark. He says there's some classic blues Christmas songs, including
Yes,
Catching
they
Santa.
are.
Yeah, so that's
Mhm.
a good one. Also, Darren, he says there's a lot of Christmas kind of the holiday cartoons is usually to signify the start. And
Rudolph.
I would have
Rudolph.
to agree. I am a Charlie Brown person. I thought
Yes.
I
Yes.
love the Charlie Brown. When I see Charlie Brown, I love this guy. He's so cool. And Snoopy and all.
But it's the music too, right?
Just said he just said Mariah does it for him.
Really, she does. Because I gotta say, because as you
Oh.
say it, like, if I was talking about songs or sound that told me it was
Mhm.
Christmas, it's Donny Hathaway. It's still Donny Hathaway. And
Yeah,
then after that, it's Run DMC, Christmas and Hollis.
right.
It's Christmas time. Yeah, Hollis Queens. Mom's cooking chicken and collard greens. So it's that. But then what you just showed, Val, the Bob Giraldi, and he was somebody that, wasn't with us, as long as he could have been. It was a recent kind of a
Let's say this.
TV interview with some of the kids that say on there. Now they're like grown, adults. They got
They're
great.
adult. Well, in cartoons, the kids never grow up, and Ferdy
I
says the
know.
same thing. Charlie Brown Christmas does it
Yeah,
for him
it
too.
because it doesn't sound like anything else. That jazz style
Oh,
of
oh,
that.
what is Augustine talking about, Michael?
Oh,
Look at this.
no, no, no,
While we running over grandma. Come on, man.
I mean, you could say you don't believe in reindeer, but as for me and Grandpa, we believe. Doom, doom.
I know, I know. And check this out. Kevin said The Sound of Music that actually aired on ABC earlier this week, which is kind of cool.
The hills
And
are alive
the
with
hills
the
are
sound of
alive
music.
with the sound of Christmas. Augustine, stop laughing at us, please. Come on, stop the laughing.
It's
But
it's good. I mean, yeah. Okay, so okay. You know what? That's funny. So the sound of music reminds. See, that doesn't remind. That's not a Christmas one for me. For me, that's Easter, because ABC used to play that,
they
and
did.
they would play that around Easter, and then they would. And
Mm-hmm.
then CBS, God bless them, Paramount minus, I guess. CBS, they would play The Wizard of Oz. Oh, girl, Roxanne just put in Trini Perron. Hey, the Perron start now. The Perron start now. The Perron start now. The Perron start now.
Hi, Elena.
So hey, you can't miss me. I know a good Perron song too. Okay, like I will find through my ancestry, my Trini roots. I know they're somewhere. They just not, apparent like in the last several generations. But when I went to Trinidad, I knew I was from there. I knew I
Oh
was from there.
wow.
So piranha.
I've never been to Trinidad, Michael. I'm so
So,
jealous.
so the piranhas that you put in, that is a
Mhm.
special type of, and I'll get corrected, y'all. That's why y'all chat. That's why you got the chat to do that. To correct me if I'm wrong. But it is a specific, and smash the like button for sure. It is a specific type of Christmas sound that is like steel drum, and it comes out of the Caribbean. And it too doesn't sound like anything else. Now, it is its own kind of sound, and it's specifically for Christmas.
Mhm.
So when you hear that sound, you know, like, oh yeah, it's Christmas. Okay, this is the holidays, and that's what I was, I think, I missed the year before, right? That
Right.
year where we lost pretty much everything,
Oh,
including.
you're referring to the dark year of 2020?
Yeah, not
The
my
dark year.
2020 wasn't as dark as some other folks. This year is a little bit darker for me, but oh yeah, okay, yeah, okay, because you have so many different languages going too.
Yes,
Yeah,
we
I
do. Thanks,
completely.
Roxanne.
Yeah, you do. So there's like different sounds, and that's to
Mhm.
me, Donny Hathaway growing up, South Side. Every other person either knew Donny Hathaway's
And let me
family.
bring up this. Let me bring up this. My mom used to play this old record. It was Ramsey Lewis, and he would do a jazz
Nancy
rendition of
Lewis,
all of this Christmas song.
Chi-Town.
When I
Yeah.
looked at the recording date of when that album was recorded, 1963.
Mm,
That's
okay.
a classic.
Yeah. Oh, sure. Sure. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's like I
Oh,
said. So
Dr. Stephanie is saying the year wasn't dark, but the many events may have been perceived as dark. Well,
yeah.
I could definitely get with that.
No,
I can understand that.
I agree with that. That's what I was saying in real time. It's like I can't hate discard my Christmas last year. It was a blessing, and it was a really interesting
We
month. This
we
one,
had a Christmas. Think about
I'm
it.
stealing
We had a
myself for this
Christmas.
one.
Hmm.
I'm trying to prepare myself for this one. This is the one that's gonna be the doozy.
I know.
Uh,
Oh, Trey. Okay, now
yeah,
Tracy,
Ramsey
thank you so much.
Lewis.
1963. I told you I know my music, Tracy. Thanks,
Oh,
girl.
you had it from you got it from your mom.
My mom, yeah.
See, I
I
was
think that was one of the record albums that my father and my mom battled over. Like this album stays in the house, with the divorce.
oh sure, sure, yeah. Well, older than that, my mom, working a lot. I listened to a lot of songs growing up with my grandma. Yeah. Oh, Ramsey Lewis for sure. Ramsey Lewis, Chicago Institution. I was listening to Ella Fitzgerald, um, Johnny Mathis, Nat King Cole around the holidays, when, many decades ago, my grandma would pull out 78s with on a record player and start playing those, and you would hear, the sounds off of Columbia 78s and Nat King Cole doing the Christmas song, and it was really amazing. And then they were became these songs that weren't exactly Christmas songs, but they were
Exactly.
songs that were I began to associate with Christmas, like Ella Fitzgerald's Spellbound, and it's just like wow, this is Snowbound, sorry, Snowbound, and it's like oh the Rat Pack, oh definitely the Rat Pack. So there was this sound like it Christmas lent itself to kind of nostalgia, I guess. It lent itself to kind of going back and going to years past and kind of remembering what you liked and what you learned from, elders if you were fortunate enough to have them around. Oh, Darren. Oh, absolutely. Okay, so let me break one of these down. Okay, so he mentions the contemporary classic. So one of the things I did with my classroom as to kind of like settle people in the last week before finals is I was figuring out like what songs do they know other than Mariah Carey because I
Yeah, I know, because
can't get with
we still
Mariah.
got people that love Mariah Carey, you
It's
see.
okay. You can love
It's
her, right?
okay. It's
I don't
okay.
discount anybody. I'm not deriding her. I don't, God knows she's a survivor too. But it is the song that I can get with, that I know my class can get with, that's still Christmassy,
Hmm.
is the Wham song, His Last Christmas. I
Okay.
played that, and I had my
Eh,
freshmen came in, and they knew every word. They came right in when the song came in, and
right.
it's
And that's wonderful. I want to bring in somebody that would definitely know about music. And every time we play our theme music, you hear this young man. I want to bring on my friend, my cousin, my ace boom coon, Kendall Nesbitt. What's up, brother?
Yo, what's going on? Y'all hear me? Hear me?
We hear you real
Can
good.
you hear me? Oh, okay, good. I,
Oh my gosh, we're talking about music. We're talking about Christmas, and I'm thinking this is the best
oh,
time to
word.
bring you in, bro. What's up? He
Yeah.
representing Chicago. You see that, right, Mr. Wamble?
Oh, I
Nah,
see it. The best team in Chicago,
Mr. Wamble.
for sure.
Yeah. We're there now. Yeah, we getting there.
We getting it. We good. We good. They tried to take us off the court for a couple of days, making sure everybody was healthy. But I think that was trying to get the rest of the NBA prepared for the Bulls, because they wasn't ready for us at the start of this year.
Yeah, man.
We were
The
ready
good
for
part,
them.
absolutely. I
DeMar
just
DeRozan was ready.
right. No, I got over COVID, but literally, like I just got out of quarantine a couple of days, like so I had
My,
COVID.
You
my
had COVID,
Uh-huh.
cousin? I
I didn't
didn't
want
know
to alarm
that.
body, but yeah, me and KJ had it.
No,
Yeah.
not my
Mhm.
family.
Yeah. So Tiff never got it. We tested positive December 5th. So we did the whole 10-day quarantine, went to the doctor, retested, and was negative. So we're all good now, but we had to, go through the process of just kind of, I so
Yeah, and
yeah.
I had a COVID scare. I went to Omaha to see, the family,
Uh-huh.
and a couple around us unfortunately tested positive for COVID, and I was a little freaked out, and I
Mm-hmm.
was sick when I came back, but it was just a regular cold. I tested like 2 or 3 times, and it just kept coming up negative. I
Okay.
think I screamed too much because I was so happy to be out of the house. I was so happy to be out of the house. We're telling
All right.
asking people in the chat as well to give their favorite Christmas memories by music, or what, Michael, you said what songs or what things indicate that it's Christmas. What
Sure.
about
Yeah.
you? What indicates to you now that you're
It's the
over COVID?
music.
What, yeah, just in time for Christmas, hey,
Oh, you asking me?
I'm asking you, yeah, Kendall.
Memories. The anthem this Christmas and someday at Christmas Eve, and just those. My favorite time of the year. It's just every seems to come together and really understand sort of what the season is. A whole giving. I think anytime you incorporate giving, people can start to exercise their humanity more. So my time of year for sure.
That's a
Yeah.
weird
Well,
echo
Thanks.
happening. There's a
thank
weird
you.
echo happening with your sound.
Oh,
I'm gonna
really?
have you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have you switch on and off your sound and then do your thing.
Okay.
But yeah, Michael, I just wanted to know that ultimately the best music that and the best memories of Christmas can just be perked by anything. And when I lived in New York, when we got the news, hey, the Rockefeller Center tree was coming, and then they pretty much cleaned up like 34th Street where Macy's were. I was like, okay, it must be Christmas. We got to tell the winos to move down to 32nd Street or something. I don't know what happened. It's
Why don't have
go
to
on that
move?
street, and
Why
then
they have to get
yeah,
out of it? If they
I
live
know.
here, that's their
Kendall, come
house.
back. Fix the audio. Come back, Kendall. Yeah. Oh, wait a
Why
minute. Here we go. Roxanne loves Jackson 5. I saw
I
mommy
said,
kissing Santa
Mommy
Claus.
kisses Santa Claus. I'm done. Hey, let's throw it to, like, at least we're pretty close. I would say our generation collectively. I mean,
Mhm.
Christmas sort of like kind of regenerated around the mid '80s. Do you remember
Mhm.
the was it the Very Special Christmas? Very Special Christmas came out.
A very
That
special. Who sang it? Give me the
that
give me the
was
artist.
it was for the Special Olympics. It
Okay.
contained all of these songs by these different artists. Very Special Christmas,
A
and the
very
first one
special
had
Christmas.
it had Run DMC, Christmas in Hollis. It had
Mhm.
and then like the biggest acts in the world, like U2 was on there. Bruce Springsteen.
Oh, do you know it? There's Christmas After All or something like that one.
No, that came out before that. Now that's a different one. This was a compilation, so it had all of these,
I don't
people
remember that.
covering songs. Oh yeah. So you two did. They did the Baby Please Come Home. I think that was their Baby Please
Yeah, I don't.
Christmas.
I'm. Yeah, I'm
Well, I'm
drawing a
sure people remember that because it's famous for the cover, which is the Keith Haring cover. The
right.
artist Keith Haring in the red and white, and it was one of those things where it's like if you were of the age that we were at that time, it's like, oh wow, like groups that we know singing Christmas
Yeah,
songs.
the groups that were popular.
Right.
Kendall, when you were growing up, what was some of the Christmas songs besides Stevie and all the rest of those that stood out to you?
Um, so I don't know.
Oh,
Maybe I was old
Kirby?
school,
Okay.
but like, is it still going? House
Keep
now?
going, keep going.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
so like, Santa Claus come on straight ghetto, James Brown or the Drifters, White Christmas, do. It's just weird, listen to all sorts of the dreaming of a so I was,
Christmas.
Christmas, yeah.
Yes. And
Yeah.
what was the other one? I used to love oh, come Santa Claus, go straight to the ghetto. Who
Ghetto,
was that?
James Brown.
James Brown. That was a
Somebody,
groove.
because it was kind of like a slow drag or something. Now, some people are talking movies. Now, here's my question. We talked about this last week. Kendall, is Die Hard a Christmas movie?
Not in my opinion. I know it was this Christmas time, the tree, all the decorations, but I don't. It's not a Christmas movie to me.
Yeah, but I think now we mentioned this. Now, Ferdy, he's saying Home Alone reminds him of Christmas.
Absolutely. Yeah.
That's movie. I think didn't we say last week, Michael, that
You
was like
did.
one of the
Yeah.
second top
Yeah. There was a
grossing.
list that was an incomplete list that did not mention that as a Christmas movie, and therefore I just told you to throw out the entire list because the entire list was garbage if it didn't have that in there. It's such youngsters. Oh my goodness.
Well,
Hey,
wait a minute.
did
Now,
you hear me?
Dr.
I was
Stephanie's calling
telling
us
you.
youngsters. Come on,
I was
man.
telling you, like, when I was, before I got out of eighth grade, I knew all the Nat King Cole, Christmas song. I knew the Johnny Mathis Christmas album, the Paul Williams Christmas album.
Mhm.
Maybe, I mean, one of the things I wonder about, hopefully we
Mhm.
got a better connection, is talking to
Oh, I
the
can't
Mr.
hear
Music
you.
here.
Oh, you can't
Yeah.
hear us?
Ooh, okay, okay,
Oh, you can't hear us? Okay, well,
ooh, okay.
okay, so
All
we'll
the
we'll
movies.
have you. Okay, well, I see someone else. I'm speaking about those movies mentions,
Yeah.
not you guys. Okay, so Die Hard and what's the yeah, those are the ones that came out, I want to say in the 80s or 90s or something. So yeah, I feel like those are popular. But what were you saying, Michael?
Well, you know what? Let me do this because we seldom get to do this. And apparently, as the kind of sound is going through with this streaming we got here, he can't be humble about it and
Oh,
try to
can you
stop
hear
me.
me?
Yeah, I can
We
hear
hear you real
you.
good. We
You
hear
hear
you
me
real
really
good.
well.
We hate that
All
you
right.
can't hear us because we hear you good.
Can you hear me?
Yep, that's a
I
thumbs
Yes.
up.
can't hear you though.
That's
It's the
scary.
Oh,
mouth moving, and I
mouth
can't hear.
moving.
That's weird.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh. See,
I
that's
can
why
see
I
that
asked you to
before.
come. Okay, wait a minute. Here we go.
Wah
That's
wah
why
wah
I asked
wah
you to
wah
come
I
early.
can't hear you at all.
wah 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 wah
Oh,
wah.
it's like a
Just
womp
you can
womp
hear me,
womp.
but I can't hear
Wah
you.
wah. You got it. Wah 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 wah.
Should I
So
leave and come
anyway,
back?
Christmas
Maybe try.
well,
time is
yeah, try
here.
try it again. Go out and come and try it again. Guys, what I
What?
wanted to what I wanted
Oh
to
yeah,
say is that Kendall is going to be one of our people that is featured on our audio um episode for the best of
definitely.
2021 for tomorrow. And that's the
It,
reason why I asked him to
it,
be a special guest to come on and talk with that. So
and
yeah.
for Christmas, can we just say that he has given us a gift that keeps on giving? in
Who's for
terms
Christmas?
of
Who gave us a gift that kept on giving?
Mr. Music, Kendall.
Oh, oh
He's
yes.
given us a gift that has kept on giving in terms of this. My goodness, this theme song that makes me
Yeah,
want to dance every time I hear it.
that is the song. You guys hear it. That's Kendall.
I got a little dance that goes with it, but I'm gonna keep that private. I'm gonna save that for the TikTok. But I got a little dance to go with this song, you know.
That's Kendall right there. That's his music. You want to do the dance? It's the gift that keeps giving. Go ahead and do it now.
Wow.
Kendall,
That was nice.
and then it starts going, and it starts fading, and it starts getting hype, and it starts fading when it's getting hype. It's like,
and look at this now. Look, Kendall, get your flowers. Dr. Stephanie says fantastic.
Thank
Trey,
you so
Slay
much.
with Trey says so cool. Okay,
Thanks,
and then
Dr.
check
Dr.
this
Stephanie and
out.
Trey.
Movies with Mom said, "Ooh, nice, Kendall."
Hey, thank
My
you.
and check this out. Felicia Fifi. Yeah, that's my
sound of
cousin.
interludes.
That's my
It's the
cousin.
musical sound of
Get
interludes.
it.
I mean, come on now.
Wow.
And some of y'all wonderful people in here, I appreciate it. You can learn a lot more about this gentleman on the podcast that drops tomorrow because we're doing the best of it. We got a chance to bring him in as a guest earlier in 2021, and that was an outstanding episode. So you'll get to hear some highlights from that, get some background on how he was inspired to come up with this theme music, how it works, and really, I mean, it's inspirational.
It's inspirational. It's inspirational to us. And then also, is your single still available, Kendall? You want to tell the people?
Sure.
What's the name of your single?
So Show the World out on all platforms, all digital forms. My name, Ken Nesbitt, Show the World. I pushed it back a little bit, but I will be dropping an album beginning of your first quarter. Just to about work. Yes, coming to just steady writing and creating and a lot of performing because of course we were locked down. So now it's like it's crazy. So which is a good thing.
It's time to come back. And Dr. Stephanie says she wondered where you acquired that music. Great to see the author.
Like me. Now you got musical genius going here, and you got to check out the podcast. You can learn kind of his background. And when I say musical genius, I mean you are one. You have worked with them, and they certainly have. We can tell. We know. I mean, this sound is.
Yeah. And, there's a question on the floor for you. Kendall, are you doing any lo-fi music?
That's interesting. I just heard about that, and I may be exploring it. Not currently, but I did. I heard it, and it's something that I'm looking into. Yeah, that's a great one, actually. I literally just heard about it.
Bro, I can I'll send it through Valarie. There's some lo-fi that I've heard that I have loved. There's a cover with a singer named Alice Russell, and she's working with this collaborative out of England. It's a couple of years ago, but they do a version of Seven Nation Army by the White Stripes. It's just soul. It's soul. It's completely
appreciate
different.
The love. I can hear you all.
Oh man!
Well, we're showing you love, and then also on Clubhouse. Thank you, Dr. Stephanie. She's giving us a shout out on Clubhouse. I've never heard of this beat trick. I can't pronounce it. I'm gonna butcher it. Let me stop doing that.
I lost you audio.
YouTube also has it too.
Oh, okay.
You can find it on YouTube at times. You can find some lo-fi. They'll call it like smooth hip hop, or it has lots of different names to it. But it is a really soulful throwback sound.
I wanted to talk really quickly. Kendall, I don't know. He can't hear us. I just mentioned his name, so he didn't even look up. So I wanted to mention about MC Light, because that's somebody that I loved when I was growing up with, because oh my gosh, we're all around the same age. But what I wanted to say is that she is she's got the rights to her name. Do you remember the story? You sent me the story on MC Light
Absolutely.
getting her name back.
Right.
And
So it, it's something that you
Wow.
probably don't think about as an artist, but as an artist, she came out it's so long ago as MC Light, and
mhm.
that was the name that she signed with for her original record deal. Well, they kept the name, they kept the copyright to that name,
Mm.
so she technically did not own her own name.
Oh
Uh,
wow.
so it has taken till now, until within the last couple of months, I believe, according to the story, that she actually got her the rights to her name back. So if she did an event, they couldn't legally say like, well, MC Light's gonna be here. Like you and I can say it, but they couldn't put it on a billboard. They couldn't, advertise it as that. And there are a lot of these kind of weird early on hip hop contractual deals that are reminiscent of, the five heartbeats pretty much, like wow, we still doing people like that? Like, yeah, they still doing people that way for sure. So this is a great time in her life for that to happen. She's got TV projects coming up in development. She's been working with some other creative people. So this is a time when the light is ascending for sure. Frozen? Is she frozen? Oh
Hey Val,
boy,
can you hear me?
I can hear you. Kevin, you still there? Cause I got a frozen bow, or I'm frozen. I don't know. One of those happened.
Oh, I think she be frozen.
I do too. So she was telling us
I
about.
can't hear you, but
Oh man, this
I saw
is
you on the MC like a buddy of mine's on that show. Her new show, Rhythm. I think it's a buddy of mine, comedian Ron G is on that show. So can't wait to check it out. Oh man.
yeah. So as you said, like yes, she does have a show. She's
Can
got
you
a
hear? Can
show
you hear me?
coming out. I can hear
Oh,
you.
okay. No, I couldn't hear you all were saying about MC Light. I saw the show come up, and all my buddies on that show. They're killing it. He posted a lot, so
All right.
doing good work.
And that's what's up. I
No,
mean,
might need to jump back out.
she's
Oh,
been there. MC
okay.
Light has
Like
been
Stephanie said, she can hear.
going.
It's weird because I can't hear you.
Oh wait. So Kendall, you can hear us. So wow.
No, he's in and out, but he mentioned that he's got a buddy that is on the show with MC Light.
I just read lips. Maybe we can leave it.
So he's got a friend on the show with MC Light, her new show coming up.
So
So that's interesting. So we got that coming up, and she's just been on fire. Lights ascending for sure. Yeah, who is the friend? That's a good question. If you can see that.
he can see that.
Okay.
Who is the wait a minute?
Yeah,
That's for me.
Yeah, for you.
I can't hear you all, so it's hard to know kind of what we're doing. That's questions for me.
Oh wait, this is funny. Roxanne said it's the Grinch who stole.
The Grinch and the wife.
You're a mean one, Mr.
Hilarious.
Grinch. You must work for Xfinity.
Right.
You're a mean
And I don't
one.
I need one of those actual words.
This is terrible. I can't believe
Hardwire
this.
connection. Oh Lord.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Down in Whoville, it's rough.
Hold on, let me try.
No, I didn't want you to show. What are you
want to show?
doing?
Play the
No.
song
What are you...
again. Play the
No,
song
no.
again. Play that song. That's my song. Yeah, I'm
mean-
calling up. I want to hear it again on the top 88 interlude theme. Can I get that?
that would be wonderful because I'm sitting up here. We are having a good old time with this the Wi-Fi Grinch. It is the Wi-Fi Grinch. I am so embarrassed, but you know what? We are rolling with the homies with these punches,
WBAL.
boy.
If I name all top eight songs. Can I get free lunch tomorrow? Can I get the hot lunch fix?
I hope so. I hope you can get the free lunch.
I'm
That would be
because
beautiful
number
if you
number one
could.
is Interludes theme song by Kenny Nesbitt. Number one,
Yes.
Ichiban.
I know. So it's just cracking me up. I wanted to make sure I read this. MC Light, Alana Mooner, that is her real name, quoted on her Instagram, "Congratulations on the federal
Lord.
registration of your trademark." She read, "Enjoy the everlasting peace of having protected a brand that you now have an exclusive right to use across the United States and the globe." Wow, there it is, trademark. And I've been knowing her as MC Light. We've all been knowing her for that since she first dropped Paper Thin in
Oh,
1988.
and she went in the subway.
1988. Do
Oh
you
boy, in the subway.
understand? Thank
What
you.
they rocking
Do you
them
understand?
the Jettas. They had those red Jettas in
Yes.
that video.
Yes. Do
Woo!
you understand the metaphor light as a rock? It's
It's
explaining
explaining.
how heavy the young lady is.
Yo, I
Light as
would
a
like to say
rock.
that it's a simile because of the usage of the word as. And now, from the planet of Brooklyn, MC Light.
Yes. So we are very happy for her. And I'm what I was showing earlier before I was so rudely interrupted by the Grinch via the Wi-Fi, before I was so interrupted. She currently right now is playing on a show that aired on UPN network, Half and Half. She was on Half and Half, and that was only on there for, I want to say, 4 years, because UPN turned into the CW. Kendall, do you remember that change?
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and I noticed they did not, the Half and Half show did not get a proper series finale. So if you guys watch that show, it's currently streaming all 4 seasons on both Amazon Prime as well as Netflix.
Hmm.
You're going to come to the end of the last episode of season 4. Just go
You're a mean
Yeah.
one, Mr. Grinch. You're back in the Wi-Fi streaming. It's not a bad. Well, at least she froze in a nice way.
That's a nice pose. It's actually a nice pose. Yeah.
It is because it's she's explaining. You can tell by the way that she's there that there's some information she wants to
Right.
give out.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
We could probably
Now I
use
have to
that one
check
as a
that show out. So is
promotion.
it? Did you all talk MC Light's new show?
We
Um.
didn't yet, but tell us. You said you have a
My
friend that's
sound went
connected with
out.
that.
This is crazy. I can't hear you.
Yeah, she's
Uh, uh, uh,
posing.
uh, uh,
Yes, this is a tribute to Billy
okay.
Porter. Um,
I'm
you
gonna cut
can't
out
you
and
can't
let
you can't
Mr.
hear me now.
Wamble handle it for us.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
I'll get back into this. Let's look at one of the things that I know that we wanted to also talk about tonight. We got to see a movie, probably the biggest movie out right now. So yes, you're welcome. We have contributed to the juggernaut that is Marvel movies and Spider-Man: No Way Home. So earlier, I think it was, what was that? Yesterday, 2 days ago, over the weekend. How about that? Over the weekend, Val and I got to see Spider-Man: No Way Home, and I gotta tell you that this is something. If you didn't get to see it out on that first night or that first weekend, it's there for you. And I would say go sooner than later. Knowing how the internet works, Spider-Man: No Way Home, anything that you want to know about that movie is going to be available for you online. And if you don't want that, if you don't want those spoilers, you don't want that smoke, you should head out to the theater and check out the film. It is amazing. The last couple of Marvel movies have been able to not only bring the action, the excitement, and the scale of being in a theater, but they've also been able to kind of connect in a way where you see um, depth I mean, they've been making these movies now for a couple of decades, and they can draw upon uh, a lot. They have a multiverse now, and that is certainly worth checking out. Val, you back with us?
Yes, because I'm able to project what we're talking about. Yeah. So we, if you have seen Spider-Man, if you saw it over the weekend, Far Away from Home, please let us know what you think in the
What you
chat.
doing with this picture? Why you running this picture? Why you running this picture? This is exactly why people got to go see that movie. Thank you. Switch it off. People got to go see the movie on their own. They got to see it now. Can't be throwing that picture up there. You know how mad I would have been if I had seen that picture before seeing the movie. My goodness. So premise is this real simple premise to the film. And it
Okay.
is this. Peter Parker has been discovered. If you're following any of these Marvel movies, which are in their own ways, kind of really like comic books in the way that you read one comic book and have to read the next comic book.
Hmm.
With these movies, you kind of have to follow them along. They do kind of bring out and enhance the same story. There is a arc of the story. So at this point, Peter Parker has been discovered. He is Spider Man, and typical to the stories. If you read it in any of the comic books, girl, take that picture off. Take that picture off, please. So anyway, if you followed that, you know that he gets a lot of grief. And he's a kid. He's in high school. He can't deal with this. A lot of people don't like what he did with the villain because they didn't see the villain as a villain, whom he, dispatched with in the previous film. So he has a simple request to Doctor Strange. I want people to forget that I am Spider Man so I can live my life anonymously with my friends, have happiness.
Yeah.
Well, kind of gets screwed up. The spell sends in you into this world that is a distinctively Marvel world. It's got everything that you ever want in it. And if you've seen any of the Marvel movies over the last couple of decades, you will be rewarded for that. I loved it. It was one of the few times I was in a theater. I didn't eat any popcorn or candy. I was just like into the movie. I was like way into the movie. My
Yeah. And
goodness. Val, what were your thoughts? What are your
I
thoughts
was,
on
I
Spider Man?
was I was very moved by the film, and I just thought that a lot of thought and care went into connecting multiple storylines. Multiple. That is a unique art in it within itself. Just connecting the storylines, making sure that everything is consistent. And for everyone that has watched Spider-Man,
And it looks like Valarie is off to a multiverse. So when whatever multiverse she's in, she's still continuing the interludes the interlude stream right now. Back in this one, with me again, I will continue to tell you this. They connected the stories. So if you've seen a Spider-Man movie, you will be rewarded for seeing and watching this Spider-Man movie. But I would say the same thing is true about a Spider-Man movie from just a couple years ago, which was Spider-Man Into the Multiverse, which won, I believe,
won an
Oscar.
Oscar actually.
Oscar, and it
Hmm.
was a work that really kind of showed you like it was a
Michael,
celebration. I think the best way to say
Michael.
it, yeah. Oh, she's in a Loki multiverse. Yeah. So I just said that every time that you go away and glitch, that you're going off into a multiverse. So in whatever one you're in, we're hoping that
Look what your friend's
Oh,
saying.
um, I, elements. There's elements of that. There's elements of that.
Okay,
I'm reading what
that's a
Garter said. He's asking if it ties into the What If series. It ties, yeah, Valkyrie in the multiverse. That's good. In
so
one,
embarrassing.
in one multiverse, you own like what a radio station. You are Kathy Hughes in one multiverse. Uh, so it depends on the timelines. But yeah, just the concept from
Mhm.
the Spider-Man into the multiverse, and also what you saw on Disney Plus with Loki and the branch of
Yeah.
that. You see that here in this film, which is a credit to Marvel. And really, I'm gonna be nice to them because it's Christmas time.
Please do.
Is an indictment of DC because DC has it. DC could do this, y'all. I mean,
Okay.
they have worlds. They have
Mhm.
people who are way more interesting than these people they keep bringing out on the screen in these remakes of remakes. Like when you remake a movie that you made less than 2 years ago, that's telling. Like you did a bad job. Okay. Um, so they have it. They got great stories in DC. I don't want to discount them. Maybe I'll say it in that positive way. But
Yeah.
they have yet
I'm a fan of both
to
the
film.
Marvel universe and the DC
They haven't
universe.
brought
Come
it to
on.
film yet the way that they can.
Yeah.
Given their catalog, they could do a lot more than they've done. Marvel has figured out how to do it, and it took years. It did take years. I mean, there's a fortunate,
Okay.
Fantastic Four movies. There was that terrible Hulk. Started out. I mean, if you remember, Michael B. Jordan has been in, the MCU early on, and they had to switch him up. So was
Oh
Chris
yeah. They
Evans.
put
They had to
they
switch him up.
Marvel took him over with the he
Yeah, they
did
had to
well in the black he did
reclaim
good in the
him.
Black Panther universe.
Yeah, but he was, I think, part of the Fantastic Four at some
He
point. Yeah,
was.
like,
Yeah, the and
well,
I think that movie did not do well. Just
no, it
I
did
just
not.
I'm
It
saying
did not do that.
it did not do
No,
well.
not at
Oh
all.
my gosh. Well,
Speaking of movies,
or
transition, he
oh,
said.
what now? Where are you transitioning to? Because I was gonna go to the top things that the things we've been binge watching. What have you been binge watching?
Well, part of that, binge watching, binge watching.
What shows or what series were considered binge worthy? And I'll ask the chat as well. What shows that you watch over the year that you can remember that was binge worthy? I mean, you caught yourself watching two or more episodes.
Well, I was a little late to it, so I would say Secession. Secession is one thing I did. The Secession for sure. As soon as I was like, wait, what? And I just had to go back and just like watch Secession. That's an amazing one. One thing I'll say in a different vein is that all these streaming services, all the millions of them that are all out, I don't know. I need some smart people to jailbreak some of these because they get to be really expensive.
Yeah, and look, and
Because
Elena
Paramount
says
Plus,
Loki.
yeah.
She liked that
Oh,
one.
Loki, yeah.
I don't know this one. Bridgestone, Roxanne, you know this one, Michael?
I the name familiar with name.
Yeah,
I
I think she
but
means
not. But
Bridgerton, but I don't think it's Bridgestone. I think it's Bridgerton. I think she's talking about the
I wouldn't be
English
so
one.
dismissive like that.
Okay, I don't know. What about Carter says
Manifest.
manifest?
Oh, Goddess, I had to give up Manifest. That got way too like complicated. And that girl's eyebrows distracted me too much. I couldn't follow what she was saying. I kept looking for them caterpillars to connect.
And of course, I
Squid
we both
Game,
are going to agree on this one, right?
Squid Game, definitely. Squid Game,
Okay,
definitely.
there you
Oh yeah,
go.
so you were right, Bridgerton. So that she was trying to take that for you. Yeah, they was like
She was trying to type it real fast, and then it didn't quite work. But yeah, so
Rajan Shaman.
I think some of my favorites over the year, and what I'm going to mention a few. We mentioned Squid Game, but I'm going to mention The Chair. That's on Netflix. I don't know if you
Okay.
remember that one. I just started watching Love Life, the second season. I see what you
Yes.
mean, Michael. I see. I really like
Yes.
I'm on the fourth episode already, so
Okay,
that's
so Love
cool.
Life. This is season 2 of Love Life on
Hmm.
HBO Max. Now, there's a reason we're mentioning season 2. Season 1 is Anna Kendricks.
We
Is
love her. We love her. I think she's
she's fine.
brilliant. She's
That's
brilliant.
great. However, season 2 flips, and the star of season 2 is Goom. is a gentleman that you might know from The Good Place. William Jefferson, kind of forgetting his last name here, but he is pretty much the to me the driving comedic voice in The Good Place,
And
and
do you know what was pleasant to see about 3 or 4 episodes into that show?
what
So
is that?
grateful that Janet Hubert made up with Will Smith because she's working again. She serves as his mom on the show, and I was like, "Yay! The power of forgiveness!" Woo!
Power of forgiveness. That's how. So it's his name is Marcus Watkins. That's the name of the
Thank you.
character,
Hmm.
and it's taking it through his love life and these various women in his life. You kind of see this kind of conventional family. His sister, his family back in Michigan. Of course, he's in the big city, is in New York, right?
Hmm.
And he is, trying to make his way as this book editor. It is a fine. It's kind of like hidden there, and that's why we mentioned it. And that's why y'all come to us, right? So it's on HBO Max. It's called Love Life. But what you're looking at really is season 2 of it. If you want to watch season
Season 2,
1,
and
God
you can
bless
watch
you.
season 1 definitely. I'm
No,
definitely open to that, and,
but season
the
2 is
actor oh, I'm sorry, and the actor's name is William Jackson Harper. I looked it up for you.
William Jackson Harper. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
he's
a very proper name. All 3 of those names are very proper.
yeah, and he's a actor, also a playwright. I don't know if one of his
BK.
plays ever got. Hey, BK's in the house. What?
Yay. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So that's a good one. That's a little fine there. So I'm talking about people kind of jailbreaking this stuff because Paramount Plus has two things that I've certainly been watching and been hooked into.
What's that?
One of them is this show called The Mayor of Kingstown, which stars
Mayor.
Jeremy Renner, who's
Okay.
best known as Hawkeye from like the Marvel universe. And he plays this guy who is in charge of a jail, but he isn't. In this whole area of Michigan where the prison is the main source of everything. Life,
Mhm.
the economy, just it is fascinating. It is really great. Now, I'm giving credit to the writer whose name is Taylor Sheridan. He's a writer director. This is
Mhm.
kind of one of his first spin-offs, but he has two, and the other one is called 1883, which is a prequel to the. Okay, I will certainly do that. 1883 is a prequel to Yellowstone. Now, I haven't gotten into Yellowstone because
I heard that that was an excellent series, and that's the
I,
one with Kevin
I don't
Costner,
doubt it.
right?
Right. It's the Kevin Costner Cowboy Show. I don't doubt that it's an excellent show. I just don't have that kind of time. But they suckered me into this 1883 because they went back, and then there's a black cowboy in it, and then it's got Elliot in there. There's a cameo by unnamed cameo with Tom Hanks. It's got all this stuff in it. Faith Hill, her husband. It's just this real like old timey West. By West,
Wow.
I mean like
And is this
yeah,
the show
Mayor
you were talking
Kingstown.
about?
Yeah, Renner. Yeah, double N's. So yeah,
Mhm.
Jeremy Renner. He is amazing in this,
And
and
have you heard of Love and Redemption? Elena just mentioned that for us.
I haven't.
Mm-mm,
No.
haven't heard
So
that
I
one either. Good
right.
one. You write hey, write it down. So if you have a show that you loved over this past year and you binge watched it. Now we're talking about seasons and shows that came out this year. And of course,
Mayor of Easttown. Mayor of
Mary
Easttown. Love
okay, but
that. Love
I
that show.
will say this of the people of the
Dope
one
stick.
that I was most surprised by was WandaVision, and that's on Disney Plus, and Pose FX. I binge watched all seasons, but the last season I think came out this year on FX, and a couple of people was nominated for Emmys on that. And then, of course, the last episode of Insecure airs this Sunday. Did you see that?
Oh, it's getting She said insecure. Something about insecure that breaks Valarie up. I can't say what it is. You back?
Yeah,
Hey,
I'm back. Did you see Sunday's episode of Insecure?
yes. And I blame Issa. That's Issa's fault. That's her fault. That's her
Whose
fault.
fault?
She shouldn't have done.
Whose
That's
fault?
Issa's fault. She having them men show out like that at a party. It's supposed to be for her friends going away. That's her fault. Anyway, back to these. I gotta mention like three shows. I gotta make
Mention
sure.
your okay. Mention them.
Dope Sick.
Okay, I heard. Has anyone heard of Dope
Hulu.
Stick?
Wonderful. Michael Keaton, Senator Cory Booker's girlfriend. She stars in it as well. It's a wonderful show. It's all about the opioid epidemic and how and why it starts in West Virginia. And I gotta say, one of the things other than the actual story is the how and why. Like that's on purpose. They gave opioids to poor white people as a
Mm-hmm.
way to experiment to see what effects could be had and if they could get away with it. So
Mm-hmm.
a lot of times we do these things where I know as African Americans at times we feel targeted. They targeted poor white people with that, which is maybe the reason why there's been such a vengeance against opioids and a reason that there's actually been legislation against opioids and movement there. They were actually after poor white people and they
Wait,
got
wait.
them,
Speak up. I
got
can't
them
hear
hooked
that. What
on
did you
drugs.
just say?
They were after poor white people and they got them hooked on drugs real bad. Real
Okay, and
bad.
that was Rosario Dawson. That's who you wanted
Yeah,
to
yeah,
say.
that's
Thank you,
Corey Booker's
Kevin.
girlfriend. He'll tell you anytime he opens his mouth. Uh, American Crime Story, the impeachment, which was
Yeah.
wonderful living through that time in
Mm-hmm.
history again with Monica Lewinsky.
Ooh.
You got to see a different side of Monica. I love Monica Lewinsky. I have to confess that. I think she's an amazing person to really deal with all she's done and the work that she does with mental health and people who are bullied is noteworthy. And Lupine on Netflix
Yes.
about
Yes.
black and French and fabulous. That was
Parlez-vous français?
wonderful.
Parlez-vous
That brother,
français?
that brother is up for these, Golden Globes, which may or may not happen. On my side, he's a comedian. Comedian. He's, like I think they call him what is it, Eddie Murphy or something of France. He is this great, guy, and he brings such depth and sort of respectability and regalness to this role of this thief, and it's such a great show. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
So if you haven't seen Lupine, there's more than one season of that, so you can binge 2 seasons of that. Dope Sick, the complete series is available there on Hulu. You can go through that
Nice.
for sure. Squid Game,
Yeah, love it.
you know,
And
it,
that's been
it,
renewed for a second season.
what they gonna do in the second season?
I have
Some,
no clue. Somebody's
some
gonna survive, or we gonna follow some new people.
what?
We gonna follow some new people. Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
Wait.
Oh,
Everybody
guess
else has to
what?
see.
Tony. Okay, Tony. Coach Tony is checking in. Okay, what's
All
up,
right,
Tony?
all right. Hey. You know what? I know one thing. In the next 30 seconds, I can get this in.
Hold it.
There were some great movies that came out in the calendar year of 2021, but everything that's like awesome seems like it's coming up right now. Tragedy of Macbeth with Denzel Washington in the title role. There's a Pedro Aldomar movie, Parallel Mothers with Penelope Cruz. That's coming out. Hasn't come out yet. Lost Daughter, Maggie Gyllenhaal's debut as a director. That's coming out. And Drive My Car, which is
Drive my
the
car.
story. It's
Okay.
based off a short story by Hakari Moraki, who's this great short story writer and
Okay.
sci-fi writer, and that's coming out too. So things that I saw that were awesome: Power of the Dog for sure, uh, King Richard, Luca, which is this animated movie. So if you do have kids, you're like nothing's here for kids. Luca on Disney
Luca.
Plus. This is a great movie. It's a wonderful film, and everybody in the whole family can watch that. Unlike Harder They Fall, unlike that movie,
Yeah,
that's not
everybody can't watch that one. It's a great
but
western.
everybody can watch Luca for sure.
Yeah,
Luca,
watch Luca,
yes,
please.
on Disney Plus. Plus,
Oh, and guess what? I totally forgot about this. Kevin mentions this, or did you just mention it?
I did, and so he's giving the background. So Frances McDormand is also stars in it, which makes sense because her husband, Joe Cohen, is directing one of the two Cohen brothers. So he is directing this. It's on going to be released in the theaters, um, calendar year 2021. So before the end of the year, but give Apple Plus. That's where you'll have the best chance of seeing it. It'll be
And
on Apple
I also
Plus.
want to recommend the movie Since We'll Be Gone, the movie that Denzel Washington is directing. It looked at theaters on Christmas too.
And that's a journal for Jordan, right? And
I'm
just at
probably
that
not.
time,
Okay, am I
you back,
back?
you back.
Okay, yeah,
Yeah,
it's the movie that Denzel Washington is directing. You know that one?
journal for
Jordan.
journal for Jordan. So
Yes.
that so a journal for Jordan, which is really interesting kind of movie. The less you know about it going in, probably the better.
Hmm.
And that's certainly something starring Michael B. Jordan, starring a bunch of other young actors with Denzel at the helm.
And this has
Yeah,
only been out of his very long career. This has only been the fifth film that Denzel Washington has directed. He don't direct
so
too
it's got
often,
to be
but
better. It's got to be better than the other ones. Cross your fingers.
so you
Hopefully,
didn't like Antoine Fisher, you didn't like The Great Debaters, you didn't like Fences.
you couldn't mess up Fences, and he didn't
Okay.
mess up Fences. He had starred in Fences. He had starred in the role in Fences. He had talked to August Wilson. He did August Wilson good on Fences. He did the memory and rest in power August Wilson. He did him well with that. So hopefully he is that Denzel director, the one and not the one that Ellen Pompeo went off on with Grey's Anatomy, because I could see her going off on him. Because if he did some of the stuff he was doing to Antoine Fisher, I'd have been upset too with him trying to direct me like that.
Oh my gosh. Well, guys, it has been a wild ride with our 2021.
In
Good
every way.
gracious. Please, I'm gonna say this just one more time. If you're watching right now, hit the like button and please
Smash,
subscribe.
smash, smash,
Smash
smash.
and please subscribe to the channel and tell five of your friends, not just four, five of your friends. And yeah, just tell them all. And then, of course, this episode of Talk on Tuesdays is brought to you by NBN's African American Historical News Journal. Give the gift of knowledge this holiday season. The drive for five starts
Bye.
now. Five. Learn more at nbnconnect.com and refer to Interludes.
Yep. Almost made it. Almost made it.
We will
Oh my
be back
God. There we go.
live. We will be back live on Tuesday, January 4th. So we're taking a little bit of a break and then we will come back to you guys live and in living color. I want to make sure I mention this to you, Michael, because I don't know if you realize I'm going to scroll up to the comments. But did you want to say any parting words as I look for this?
It's just been a great year. And I gotta take Dr. Burroughs' words to heart. It's
Mhm.
been difficult over the last, 12, 18, 24 months. But we've made it through. So I gotta say that at this point, I'm happy to be here, and I'm happy that things have turned out the way they have. So, you know, shout out to persistence,
Yeah, shout out to people
determination.
giving each other hope. And definitely, you guys have a wonderful and blessed holiday. I am just so grateful that we got a chance to get together on these Tuesdays. And I think, yeah, we've been doing this live version, I think, ever since I want to say August. Yeah, I think we
Sounds
started.
right.
That sounds about right. We started in August. We officially started back in February, but definitely in August. I don't know why I'm reading really quickly with the comments, but I can't
Yeah,
find
what
it.
you
But
looking for?
this, yeah, but this broadcast was broadcast out to a bunch of different places, and we want to thank our a person I just met virtually on today, and Eric Kelly introduced me to him. Mark. So definitely. And then Tony, we want to see you in 2022 when
That's
your
right.
schedule.
Talk with Coach Tony. Woo!
Talk with Coach
Get
Tony
that
in
schedule.
2022. It is coming. We want to talk with you. He's been coaching women. He's been coaching the basketball for the women. So we excited about what Tony
Basketball
does.
for all. That's right, Coach
I
Tony.
know, I know. And what's your name, Michael?
My name is not Valerie Johnson, but yours is Valerie the Voice Johnson, because this is Interludes Extra with Valerie Johnson.
Good night,
Happy New
everyone.
Year! Merry Christmas!
Woo!
Happy Kwanzaa! Woo!